Hey, how's it going? It's Grant with the Garden of Eater, and today we're going to be talking about the American Shrimp Contest. I've got the results with me. After we go through it here and the live stream, I'll end up posting them on Facebook as well. But we've had quite an eventful week. I think I've worked like 5 straight 20-hour days and very little sleep. Like, not worked, but I was definitely up for 20 hours. Uh, we had Jaden's birthday and Aquashella and getting ready for Global. It has been one amazing week, though, I must say. I'm a little tired. I'm going to try and truck through this the best I can. How's it going, Toot Dog? I've got the results here. I know you sent in some shrimp. I personally don't even know the results. Shelby is not here yet. I don't know if she's coming or not. It's been quite the week, and she's a little more tired out, having to deal with the baby all day and taking the kids shopping while we were still in Orlando. And Layla not feeling the best. So on top of it, we couldn't even get out of Orlando in a decent time. So, Larry D, how you doing? Nano, the aquarium guy, thank you so much for giving the kids that hour play pass. They had a blast. There was an arcade attached to the same facility that Aquashella was hosted in, and it was very, very hard to tell the kids, no, we can't go to the arcade. We got to go do some stuff with Aquashella. But once it's over, we can go to the arcade. And just before it was over, Nano gave the kids an hour-long pass. So they had an absolute blast. And the cool thing about it was that it wasn't just like for one machine. They were able to scan it and just scan the next machine and then scan the next machine. So Lucas, Bretz, Shelby, Wesley, Jaden, Layla, and the two daughters or daughter from La Perez, the Pleco guy. I might have butchered that. But we've known them from the Coral Springs Expo and Aquashella and whatnot. But the kids had an absolute blast. So speak of the devil, how you doing, Shelby?
How are you?
You gotta speak up. I don't think anybody heard that.
I was good. I was sorry, a little rough. I'm very rough, actually.
Not as
Little
rough as
sick.
some people had it. Poor
Yeah.
Mike Esposito passed out at breakfast, ended up in the hospital. He fell down the day beforehand, and now he's stuck in the airport with no flight home because there's a bunch of bad weather all across the United States that are canceling a bunch of flights and whatnot. So
No, it's just
hopefully,
getting out of Orlando.
I thought he said there's bad storms in Chicago on his end.
Maybe,
I don't know. My hearing is
that wind we
shot
were
from
just
this
dealing
weekend.
with was
There's
why.
so much noise. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I kind of caught up in chat and then it got scrolled up on me. Thank you, Larry D. I know he's
Thank
not
you.
a new member, but he renewed it and appreciate that. One of
Thank
our
you.
biggest supporters. We really appreciate that. And Jesse, how's it going? How's that new baby girl?
Oh, she's so pretty. She's so cute. We have a box for you whenever I can get myself together to get it shipped out.
And
Well, I'll
then
make Grant do it because I'm not feeling good, so it's gonna have to
I was
wait.
gonna say that's a Tuesday thing, but
Yeah,
tomorrow
that's
is Tuesday, so that's a Wednesday thing if I can get to it. Yeah. Garcia Aquatics. It was a pleasure scaping with you and your wife this week.
showed up
Even though
late.
you're on the opposite side, we didn't get to collaborate that well with one another, but I got to bring you guys some supplies and made sure they got a little bit of a head start in the morning because they were not able to make it the first day, which was a bummer because that would have been when we would have been able to hang out a little bit more.
Mhm.
Saturday is just so chaotic, so much going on. I'll get to all of that. But let's dive into now that there's a few people here, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully the followers, those that have entered the shrimp contest, are able to join us by now.
I actually
And
have
we'll-
photos ready too.
What?
Yeah, look at me. I'm exhausted and prepared for one.
I'm so surprised
Yeah.
because I really don't know what's gone on with this shrimp contest at all. We had too much going on with Aquascaping. I helped out with the pipe, the drape, and setup, and just anything I really could because they're understaffed, needed a little extra hand, and I'm happy I did it because it was the best show we have ever had, minus the shrimp contest. Take away the shrimp contest, everything else
it was still
the
beautiful
best
in its own way.
ever. Take away Shelby winning, put me in the win, it would have been freaking great. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to the champ. We'll get into that more. But let's dive into it. Category 1. You got the pictures ready? Did you stop? Did I stop you?
They're ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring it up. Category 1.
Well, they were in order. Now they're not in order.
Okay.
Give me the I think it's still in order. I think it's just making sure I have the right one up. Okay. Hold on.
All right.
Bear with me. This one was a screenshot because I forgot to get an actual photo of this one. My brain. It just needs to work. Come on. There we go. Come on. We're getting there. You ready to say it?
All right. And in category 1, Neocaradinas for Aquascaping 2026 Orlando host. I was about to say Aquascaping again. That's how out of it I am. I was on a roll there. Sounded great. In third place, we have Florida's very own Anthony Armada, Daku Aquatics, with his yellow Neocaradina. I mean, in the last few years, he has really dominated this category.
And specifically yellows.
with his yellows. His greens have done well in the past, but he was surprised that these placed and his oranges did not. I don't know if she got pictures of everything.
So you can't see.
Or you'll have to wait until we post our Aquascaping contest video. Since there wasn't enough shrimp to make a shrimp contest video, we're going to do shrimp, guppies, and the Aquascape contest. But probably just our tanks, not all the tanks for the Aquascape contest, unless Shelby got all of the tanks.
I did not get any of that for the video. I mean, I could do it vertically and I could sit there and talk about it and say who it was so that it like fills up the
Great. You signed yourself up for that. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know where we will be posting all of the other photos, but he was surprised his orange didn't place. But I think the size had probably something to do with that. And if you didn't know, I didn't see him.
Yeah, you can't talk about that. So orange were absolutely stunning. The problem is that they are the new orange. They are the ones with the slightly red and also had backlines on some of them. So they were not all the same pattern and color. So he had 2 of them that were stunners, and you'll see it in the video that I put together. And I think that's why some people, when you're at the contest and you see them or you know what they are, a lot of these are so cool and unique, and you don't really see it from a distance without using a phone. So it was really cool to sit there with the phone, and I actually got to take more time because there was less entries, and really looking at these and enjoying them. The oranges were incredible, but they did have different patterns on them. So they had some red in them, which would be more considered of the sunburst or starburst. I don't know what they're calling them, without the broken pattern. So it was prettier to me without that like white koi looking. I think that's what they're called, koi or something. I don't know. But these ones got third place compared to the sunburst. Okay, it is. That's what I said first. So.
I think so.
That's second or whatever. But these ones were beautiful. There was other ones in the tank that were buried. This one was a male, and it was just a little bit small. But in the video, you'll see that there were several of them that were very large, really good back line and coloring on the legs.
And then we have in second place. I hate the names that I know I'm gonna mispronounce the last names. That's it doesn't do the person justice. But in second place, with the orange eye blue sapphires, we have Kane Trin. That's probably not how you say his last name.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Forgive me for that. Especially since he gave these to us after the contest, and then we were shipping back
ridiculous.
his orange-eyed red devils, which are also in the contest. And Shelby was like, "Can you ask him, please, if we could buy them?" And I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to respond in time. We got to make it to UPS. And then he messaged us back right before Jaden was about to get out of the car to go run the boxes inside, and said, "You can also have those. Those are a gift for her because she does so much for the contest." So we really appreciate you, Kane. Thank you so much for the gifts. But also congratulations on second place. These guys were nice in size. The nice bright orange eyes, but you can tell in the photo. So I'm really excited to have another colony of the orange-eyed Neos to get started. But we also have another bag of shrimp that we brought home from Nano, the aquarium guy. Gave me his orange-eyed Neos, which are American made, but not just that, Jay made those. Mm-hmm. So this is something that's non-German. That's the only reason why I said American made, because all of the other
photos and shared them.
All the other orange-eyed Neos that are out there are from a specific breeder in Germany, and Jay has some that he entered in the contest. And he gave. I've been waiting for these for a long time. He shared me pictures of these, and he's done a great job with the colony and let me get these 5. So I'm honored to have all of the orange-eyed shrimp that I have. But most of all, Jay, thank you, because you created those from scratch. But moving on to first place, we have the yellow 24 carats from Thomas Dobbins. So thank you so much, all 3 of you, for participating. We had a strong pack in the Neocaradina with 9 entries. We had some entries from our own local club members. What's up?
I need water.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Water.
We had a bunch of entries sent in from all across the United States, and the competition in the Neos, there is nothing to complain about whatsoever. 9 entries for one category is phenomenal. So we had 2 tables of Neos. Then the sad part is we only had 1 table for all of the Caradina entries total. The Caradina side of the hobby is absolutely dying. Almost everyone who won. Are you okay? You're slurping over there.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Is it the lipstick that you're looking at?
Yeah.
All right. But the Caradina side of the hobby is dying, and almost anyone who won in the Neocaradina category or the Caradina category like 2 years ago or prior is almost all out of the hobby entirely. Like there's a few of them in there. Maybe Scotty entered 2 years ago, or Tim. Mike
busy.
Esposito is still in it, but like none of the breeders that were like making it like for profit are really in it anymore, because you can't sell on Facebook. It's so hard to sell and like other apps and everything like that, it's just getting to the point where it's very hard to find Caradina breeders. So if you breed Caradina, please enter more, because if we can't get the Caradina categories with more entries in Dallas, we might just go back to a fish show kind of thing for Aquashella, where we have guppies, bettas, killies, and then a shrimp category of Neocaradina, and then another category for Caradina. But we won't have all the individual categories that we have now. So I said all of that just to say that category 2 did not get any entries whatsoever, and that's our crystal category. And those are like the beginner entry level shrimp that almost everyone enters. Richard Reynolds has won this in the past, and he had a lot going on, so wasn't able to participate, and a few others. But it definitely helps to get your name out there and enter into the contest. Um, and Sean Toop Dog, our very own, in category 3, was the only one to enter. But I don't want that to take away from how beautiful the shrimp were. Shelby
eventually here.
Shelby took these home. She liked these a lot, and she's going to be working with these ones since he left those with the contest. So
these were 100% beautiful shrimp. When you see the video, this photo doesn't do it justice. Like, they were really big, beautiful, gorgeous, solid color, absolutely good leg color to them. Nothing wrong with them. Like, a lot of times when some people enter these, they would have missing leg color, and that's a real big thing on this category. So Troop Dog did an incredible job with selection of shrimp on this, and they scored. I don't know if I have the score here, but they scored really high.
Oh, the other sheet has it.
Yeah, but they scored really good for their category, and would have done really well up against other people.
And I want to say one thing. This might be the first time anybody has entered extreme Black King Kongs in the contest. We have had reds, we have had blues, we have had blacks with stripes, but we have never had extreme Black King Kongs.
I think they've always had one stripe.
I don't think we've ever had extremes. So they were very impressive. I didn't get to see him in the tank, but I got to see him in the bag before I packed him up to take him home. So congratulations, Toop Dog. You got first place in category 3. Sorry there was nobody to compete against you, but they were very, very beautiful. And I think what I might do is keep those scores and compare them with the ones in Dallas for you if somebody competes there, to let you know how you would have done. So in category 4, Tigers, also no entries. So
that's actually pretty common, very low entries. Tigers are a little bit trickier, and I'm hoping we could get more people entering that and be able to breed tigers to the capacity that they need to be able to enter it. But it makes me so sad. Like, I almost want to open it up for wild tigers at this point, to do raccoons and tangerines at this point, because no one's entering.
Raccoons would be pointless, but
if you have them large, yeah.
I think we could do the tigers and do it for size.
Some of my raccoons have some cool blue coloring. The deeper orange to the tangerine tigers, there is selective breeding to it that can be done. Well, so I want to argue my point in case, because I love my wild tigers and I want to see tigers in this competition. So I don't care. And there's orange-eyed. We just have to open it up to the orange-eyed tigers too, and put
the rules.
Orange-eyed regular tigers. Like, instead of like orange-eyed fancy tigers still go in there. But if you have an orange-eyed, well, you have to mix it, don't you? But anyways, maybe we could change that. If we don't get, I think we should open it up, because more people have tangerine tigers.
Agreed.
All right, sounds good.
It's just
We're
got to
gonna
be
do
a
that.
pure tiger still. It cannot
Yeah.
be a cross.
Cross, which the orange
That's
eyes would be
the
a
only
cross.
thing that I've been kind of like a stickler
So,
for.
but you got Stardust. Are those considered a tiger?
That's the problem though, because
We can
it
replace the
might not-
tigers with a wild tiger or wild. We'll have to think about it.
No, we could do tiger or wild class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it would be fun because then we'd have other people that can enter those.
Solase shrimp, but I'm just keeping them in Neocaradina parameter, and we have a heater that we could actually set for it.
Yeah.
So, all right, it has been set. The gavel has been hit.
Give it up, Grant.
All right, so
IED.
category 4 was empty, and then we have.
Toothbag said have some super red crystals for Dallas. Oh, exciting!
Very nice.
I want Dallas to be a really good show.
I was actually
nice.
going to bring super red
Dallas.
crystals to Daytona to sell, and I was like, you know what? We only have one tank. I'm going to set up another tank. We have a mixed tank, but not 2 tanks. So maybe we have 2 mixed tanks now. I don't know. Then we have category 5, which is our hybrid category, and in second place, we have our very own Robert Downey Jr. with his Hornets, I believe. Share the picture.
Oh, I got the wrong picture up. I'm sorry. Oh, it was the last one I did. That's what it is. Because I had to get a screenshot because I only got like 16 videos of this one.
And these were pretty cool. I actually did see these because somebody asked me what they were at the show, and I had to come over there and identify them. That's really, at this point, the only thing I do for the contest is identify shrimp and then help Shelby with what class they're going to be in. There's only one person that, I'm not going to say any names or any shrimp, that entered the wrong shrimp in a wrong category.
But I knew what it was. I knew it was in the wrong category. You didn't have to tell me this time. Right. I told you. I was like,
just needed the confirmation. That is all.
Yeah.
So, but at this point, that's all I do. And
don't
you
ask
run
me what a
everything
tank
else.
tie is, though.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
I won't.
I'm kidding.
What's a tank tie? But Robert, these were phenomenal. I do think that
the colors, the picture doesn't even do it justice. If you see, I hope it's big enough for you guys to see the coloration in this with these. There's reddish orange hues, blues, there's purples. I could pick out all of these orange colors, a yellow hue to it, a shimmer, and then the spots, and then the leg coloring, the spidering of the legs, the thickness of the shell. Like, there's so much to this shrimp that is just stunning that even a photo is kind of hard to really give it justice. The videos do show it a lot better with the other ones. It's just harder to judge these against the one that it won against, or the one that won against it, because of the colors.
With the colors.
Yeah, but that, man, I told Grant, I was like, man, I was so upset I didn't bother to ask him, because I was like, there's no way he'd let me buy these from him, but I want these so bad. And like, I have so many tanks, so when I do this shrimp contest, like, I am honing on asking these breeders for their shrimp. That's how I got pure white lines at one point. And I was just so in love with these shrimp. I just wish I had gotten them.
So, in first place for category 5, which is our mixed Caradina category, with normal eyes, I should have mentioned, we have first place Ryan Wynn with his fancy red tigers. Again, very nice bold coloration. But when you only have 2 colors, it's a lot easier to match those up. And it had some spider legs and stuff like that. But I was very surprised not to see a single Galaxy Pinto or Boa.
I'm doing everything wrong.
in
There
the
you go.
contest at all. So we just had tiger variants for the first time, which was definitely weird because even the hornet is basically a fancy tiger morph crossed with Taiwan bees. So very nice. Could have added more dots on the head and whatnot, but the shell
other
was
ones
pretty
do.
thick.
I picked the nicest, clearest photo that I got of these shrimp, but this isn't the nicest shrimp. So this just happened to be one of the nicer ones I got a photo of. I would like to say that when it comes to fancy tigers, sometimes people breed them so much that the whiteness to them gets like a yellow pigment to them and they don't look as nice. And I think that's what made these stand out so much more, was how crispy the white was. It's so weird to say,
Yeah.
crispy white, but it was really nice. The light coloring was beautiful. The antennas even have color to them, which is really cool and interesting.
Say you did actually pick the worst one because
it's just the nicest photo I have of it.
These also got People's Choice.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Ryan Wynn. You won People's Choice. I think he got 40% of the votes. Yeah. So they were very bold. You could see them from all angles of the contest, and they were just stunning to be able to view them. Didn't have to get up close or anything like that. And then in category 6, these are the shrimp that Shelby had wanted from Kane earlier. In second place, we have the orange-eyed red devils.
Keep pulling up the wrong photo. One of these times I'll pull up the right photo.
And these were stunning. They were large and impressive. And Shelby was like really upset when he told me that I could get the orange-eyed yellow, the
Neos
sapphires.
And I was like, wait. That means what about the orange-eyed red devils? Then can I buy them because they're awesome too? If he doesn't want those, I'm only shipping one bag back. Can I have them? I have to fill my tanks, and these are on top of my list for shrimp in general. But I would say the orange eyes on these specifically were, if you can tell by the photo, were so hard to capture because of how ridiculously orange they were. And
they're radiant.
I think with the red pigmentation around the orange really makes it pop more. So it was like hard to get photos and videos of it. And I was like, oh man, I gotta have these for myself.
So thank you so much, Kane. Congratulations. I hope to see more of these into the contest in the future. And I promise you, Shelby won't take the future ones. She's got to
I don't
do right
have
by
to.
These
I'm just trying. If you want to sell them, it's money. Vibes Aquatics, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Said Shelby, which ones are cream cheese stuffed wrapped bacon grilled shrimp? That was a mouthful. It's great to see y'all. Congrats, Shelby, on the grand championship. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Missed you at Aquashello.
Yeah, maybe.
And we are excited that the next one is in Dallas, and we're coming to Dallas strong. Shelby's already like, I can take the rest of the year off and not take the aquascaping contest serious and do a bunch of
serious,
not fun
like
styles
that.
And try some stuff out. I'm over here like, God dang it, I can't have her. Like, I feel like Jaden right now not being able to enter any aquascape contest to get the win back over Layla. Like, somebody host a contest online or something. Let me get the win.
It's not that. It's just like the pressure is off, so I don't have to worry about it as much. I still obviously want to win. That's a competition thing. But I can go out of my comfort zone, where like Dragonstone was my comfort zone, where I was like, I feel comfortable working with this material. I'm not going to stress. I'm going to relax and get this done. And it worked out for me because I wasn't stressing, because I know how to do Dragonstone work. That's the one I feel like I've worked with the most. I hone in on it, and I feel like I know Dragonstone really well, and colors and pattern and things like that. Where some of the other rocks are really difficult, so I like to challenge myself. So it'd be fun. But anyways, get to the last and one of the nicest.
It is the
Thanks.
nicest because in category 6 in first place, also won best of show. Agreed by both judges, Lucas Bretz and Eric Lucas. We had the Lucas team at Aquascella Orlando. Since we only had 14 entries and we didn't have another normal regular judge there, I decided that 2 judges was more than enough and that I was best used to help others get their shrimp ready and try to encourage people to enter the shrimp that hadn't done it before, like some of my club members who entered. So, um, and because somebody else had sent me some photos, I was like, I'll sit this one out. We can do it 2 judges. They did a phenomenal job, but both of them both agreed that Ryan Wynn, with his orange-eyed purple metallics, took first place in best of show and the $200 grand pot. Um, we've got some trophies we got to send you, and email us at the garden. No, just send me a message on Facebook, and I will
He's probably not watching.
email Aquashella to send you over that 200. Since we didn't have that many entries moving forward with Dallas, I think we're only going to have $100 grand prize. And what we're going to do instead, though, is all entries are only going to be $5. We did this with the guppy contest, and I think it worked out really well. It was a lot less confusing having to explain the buy one for 25, get the second one for 20, or get the second one for 5.
Mhm.
So, and the guppy contest got 25 entries, or 24. I can't remember how many, but for the shrimp contest, if you enter into the shrimp contest and you also want to go to Aquashella, if you enter 5 groups, so you spend $25 to get into the shrimp contest, you get your ticket into Aquashella for free as well. If you're going to Aquashella and you don't have 5 groups of shrimp, it's still only $5 to get your group of shrimp in there to get featured on one of our live streams like this and into one of the videos as well. So we really want to do it most of all, though, for the hobby. It encourages so many people out there to go out there and buy shrimp and set up a shrimp tank, a shrimp rack, and start breeding and start developing their own lines. Like we have Jay, and we got his shrimp, and we have very few people out there who are still like Robert Downey Jr. Yes, he's a billionaire actor. Yes, he can afford the Hornets, and I'm just kidding.
I was like, what are you talking about?
He is not Iron Man, but there's very few people out there like him, that are breeding and keeping shrimp like this, and we need more of them. And to recruit them is to show those people that these shrimp even exist in the first place. So by doing these shows, I don't know. I don't think they announced how many people. I didn't see it. I haven't really been on social media the whole day on how many people exactly went to Aquashella, but by a landslide, this was our best Aquashella we had ever done. Besides the shrimp contest, I'm sorry, 14 entries is our worst. We had 19 was our worst one time when we only had 2 weeks of time. But shout out to the Chicago area. There's a lot of shrimp breeders who came through to make that one somewhat pleasant. And for this one, though, this was the most entries we've ever had. Shelby took home the first place. Randall, I'm please forgive me. My hearing is horrible. and I wasn't able to hear your name, and I did not want to ask you what your name was again because we were talking so much. But were you the one that helped us out on Thursday and gave me the 3D printed knife? I'm really horrible with names, but I
Randall, I
believe
believe,
it
is the
was
one
you
who helped me pack up everything.
at
Helped
the
me
end,
dump all the tanks.
and on Thursday helped out too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just would like a confirmation. Yes. All right. Cool. I won't forget your name.
I'm bad with. I will forget your
I will
name.
never.
Don't be mad.
I will never. All right. Hold on. I messed that up.
I'm
I
bad.
might forget your name, but I will never forget your face. You helped out. You were one of the only volunteers who came on setup day, which really not just helps out Aquascaping, but most of all helps me and Shelby out because you do get to cater. Since you're recruited by me, I get to use you to help out with the shrimp contest. And since there's only 14 tanks, we didn't really need that. The guppy contest was run by none other than Bill Shields and Brian Skidmore. So
I wanted to
that handled itself.
A second to thank Randall because it was very smooth. I don't get have a good day vibes. I don't get to usually film the shrimp contest. Sometimes I missed it a few times and I was like so upset with myself because it's a big thing. It really does mean a lot to me, and I want to be able to film that and provide that for the people that enter the contest. It's part of what I do, and I do get busy and I worry about it because like I'm at my booth till open till close there, and then after that I'm usually cleaning up and just to be able to get dinner because I don't usually get lunch. So it was so nice for me to sit there and film every single tank and then catch it, and he helped me dump every single one and helped me put them all back in boxes, and it was just us two, and we got it done pretty efficiently, nice and clean, and ready for the next show. And it wasn't like stressful. It was nice and organized, and I was very thankful for Randall being there. Otherwise I would have had to dump all those by myself, and that would have been bad because I have unfortunately damaged my back and my hip. I don't know. It was most likely from roller skating and falling. If you saw my post with my... What? Why are you doing that?
Doing what?
I can hear you breathing through your nose or something. Or was that a video? It's driving me crazy whenever it was.
I'm just tired. Okay.
It was driving me crazy.
My bad.
But
Randall, you killed it not just on that, but pipe and drape on setup day.
I didn't get to be a part of that.
That was a first. So. I don't know if you caught wind of that, but Aquascaping usually outsources pipe and drape and electric and trash and a couple of other things. And this time they did all of that on their own. And
besides electric,
they had messaged us, saying, "Oh, don't worry about getting there until 12 unless you're able to help with pipe and drape." And I was like, I'll try to get there at 11 if I can help out with like an hour of pipe and drape just to get, my areas and help out and get things running a little bit smoother. I don't mind donating that because it's not just an hour of my time. It's also Shelby and the two kids to help us out. We ended up getting there at 1 because I can't remember what it was. It wasn't the card reader. That was North Carolina.
Is our auction this Saturday?
No.
Okay.
No, that's next month. Our Pasco Club meeting was the Aquascaping. We killed 2 birds with 1 stone there, too.
We're good. Okay.
But I can't remember what the slowdown was. I think we just caught extra shrimp. I think that's all it was we were not able to catch all the Caradina shrimp the night prior. So we ended up catching shrimp, and I think I got my snails in the morning, the and we ended up going
we have problems,
a little bit late. So we got there, and I was like looking around, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to set up my booth or the shrimp contest or get anything ready until we get a little further along with the pipe and drape. And by that, I mean all of it too. So we could find the tablecloths and everything like that. Um, so Randall was the only volunteer that showed up, and him and Layla and Jaden made like a little assembly line to me to be able to put up all the pipe and drape. Like Randall had tall arms, but I have long arms, and I'm also tall, so I'm just the right height to put it up without needing a ladder or anything like that. And I'm also the right height to take it all down. So I volunteered myself for that at the end of it also.
I am not the right height. You can ask Brian Skidmore, who is very upset about
the Aquashella team and everybody involved is like a small family to us, and they're all standing on very sketchy chairs and stuff, and I'm trying to run over to them, and I'm like, please stop, please let me get it, and you take care of all the small things. And honestly, I didn't mind the tall heavy stuff at all. And like I've been, I think I mentioned this like last week or something like that, where my buddy Dante gives me a lot of crap for not like being active and working out. He would have been proud about the amount of work that I had done this last week. I've got blisters on my hands, my palms, my toes. I'm sorry. But yeah, we cranked all brand new pipe and drape. It all had Aquascella's logo branded on it, but we had to unwrap it and then put all of the drape onto all of the pipe. And when we tore it down, though, we were able to roll up all of the drape on the pipe and put it up. So we'll never have to do what me, Randall, and the kids did.
Yeah.
Well, I'll still have to do what I did, but Randall and the kids will never have to do that process. Layla had the most fun, though, because she just grabbed the complete pole and then was like running through like a little wizard through the whole expo hall to bring them to me.
The drapes were like following behind her, and she was just like running. It's so funny. I'm like, you're gonna take off, Layla. Be careful.
So
the floors were slippery too. I was actually concerned for her.
she had a blast, and Jaden worked really hard too. The first day, we ended up messing around. I ended up messing around with Jaden and Layla.
Yeah, and I was not involved in this.
Karate, and they kept closing the gap and ganging up on me. So, or not closing. I had to close the gap, and I got Jaden in a chokehold, and then he went to defend the chokehold. Like we wrestle all the time. We play wrestle and play fight and stuff like that. And when we have a big open area like we had during setup at Aquashella, like we usually get a little rowdy, right? And Jaden defends the chokehold, and then I take his arms behind his back, and I've got his arms like this, and he's like this, and he decides that he's 13, but the next day he was turning 14. But he's like, I'm at the age and I'm strong enough. He's like, I've been working out. I can throw my dad over my shoulder. Well, he does dang near just that. All right. I'm in midair. He throws my back out. My back was thrashed for Friday and Saturday. Felt a little bit better on Sunday though. I'm fine now. But I'm in midair and I'm going, no, don't do that, Jaden. And then his feet slip out from underneath him. And I'm 230 pounds. Maybe I lost probably 20 pounds working this week. Since that, I bet. We're going to find out at Publix tomorrow.
Don't get that ahead of yourself, okay?
And I fell on top of him because I could not catch myself because I had his arms and he had my arms. And he was holding on for dear life, but I couldn't let go and catch myself. I think I got my elbow out and I landed on my knee pretty hard because my knee is still hurting. And Shelby's like, you're just a wimp. But I believe it's the fall from Jaden. And I'm like, oh no, I knocked the wind out of the poor kid because I could see the look on his face. And I'm like, oh dear. And it goes from normal to sweating bullets. And then all of a sudden, blood just gushing out of his chin. So I'm like, oh no.
Still mad about it.
we're gonna have to go to the hospital. Like this turned out into like the poor kid's going to turn 14, and on the last day he ended up with his first stitches. And luckily enough, it probably could have used a stitch to maybe like not make the scar as bad. But we were able to get the bleeding to stop even before we got a butterfly suture. So it wasn't like that deep. Randall was there. He was an EMT, I think, or an ambulance. I don't know what he was. But he was a medic or something like that, and was like, "No, all it needs is a butterfly suture. You're right." And we headed to Walgreens, got one. We saw George at Walgreens getting allergy medicine because he can't handle Florida without it. But I was also very stuffed up. It was probably the expo hall and all the dust from all. It's like that in museums, and it was a museum, car hall, arcade, bowling alley, go karts.
This place was a smorgasbord.
It had everything. It was a smorgasbord.
That's what it should be called.
Deezerland.
It needs to be called the smorgasbord, and it just be revamped. And I think it would come back to life. It wasn't actually. It was pretty busy. I felt like it was still busy compared to like our.
I felt like it was busy because all the parents that had to take their kids to Aquascaping.
No, these are random
was like,
people.
If you behave,
these were so different.
Yeah, like,
I wish. I do think a lot of people end up having to take their kids to the arcade because mommy and daddy had to play, go into the fish thing. But
Jaden's got a little battle wound on his chin, which is funny because Layla has one from when she was younger, running
I don't think this is funny.
Pool,
what is funny about
that? You're laughing.
God.
So yeah.
Poor
Setup
baby.
day was interesting. A little backtrack. On Tuesday or Monday, I think on Monday, I had gotten all of the plants that we are going to be using for Global Pet Expo. So on top of the wild week that we had, I had to stock 3 of our large planted aquariums, chop block full with.
Give me your phone.
Plants.
I want to show people how pretty it is.
And still.
EMT is fun. That's cool. He's an EMT.
And still, what was I saying still for?
Someone thought my video was AI.
Oh, I have more plants. Yeah, probably. I've got a bunch of ideas trying to get people to think that one of our future video is going to be AI. Oh yeah, the timer's at least working. I was worried that it was just on the entire time. But we've got more plants that I still need to get planted, but they're in nice bags, growing on wood and wire mesh and cocoa husk. So they're doing well without being in water, but I'm trying to get some submerged growth on them before we take them to Global for the Pet Expo. Just trying to catch up here, see where we left off in chat. But yeah, Saturday was absolutely slammed. Sunday was still pretty busy the entire day. I had a steady flow of customers all the way up until like the last 15 minutes, honestly, because of all the little giveaways and everything going on. How's it going, MC Terps? Yeah, Tampa auction this week, big auction in Pasco next month. Maybe we will go to that. I'll have to figure out. We've been so busy. So here's the tank that I had fully planted. We are working with a nursery that we worked with last year to get plants, and usually when we do like big shows and booths for other companies and stuff like that, you never want to show up with not enough product, and something might or can go wrong, or something can die or melt. So you always have to go with way more than what you need. And also when you order from these nurseries, you don't know what size the plant's going to come in. So you have to assume that everything's going to come in small. And so we ordered we ordered a lot of plants, and almost all of them came in really incredible looking, and way too much that we could have put in the tanks that I thought they were all going to fit in. But after no care at all, and coming back home, the first thing that Shelby goes is, the fluval tank looks really nice, don't it? And I was like, which one are you talking about? I forgot that I had done all that work. That's how much work. Like, we did that.
Ooh, I'm gonna go check on mine.
We did that. Shipped out orders Monday and Tuesday.
Nice.
What else did we do on Tuesday? I can't remember what else
So
we
much.
had to do on Tuesday. But Wednesday was go to the nursery, pick up more plants, because this show was twice as good as we thought it was going to be. And I sold out almost all of the plants and then had to go back to the nursery to buy more plants. Then we end up going to a few stores, got a couple things. I upgraded Shrimp's dog bed since we were leaving. That's our dog. If you didn't know, his name is Shrimp. And he's getting older. And I was like, you know what? Let's go buy him a thicker mattress and one that's not all beat up. He's such a big dog. He goes through dog beds quite regularly. So I got him a really nice one. And then we had to catch up all the shrimp for the entire show. And when we went to this show, I looked at Shelby after she got done catching all the shrimp. I was like, "Are you sure you caught enough shrimp? It doesn't seem like enough shrimp." And she's like, "I caught enough shrimp." And I was like, "All right, I believe you.
No,
We're good."
My response is it's a 1-day show.
It's a 1-day show. And I was like, "You're right. 1-day show. We're good to go." We get there. Halfway through the day, I looked at Shelby and I was like, it was not enough shrimp.
I did offer
right?
to catch more.
She did, but
You said no.
it was late in the day. We were already getting there at 1:30 in the morning. Sleep was more important to me at that point than more shrimp. Okay. And then we get to
And then
this show,
and then
and Shelby catches all the shrimp for the Neocaradina. I catch almost all of the Caradina, but she catches the tiger shrimp. I fed all the house. She also got all the isopods. I got all of the rabbit snails. She got all the Malaysian. No, I got the Malaysian
you
trumpet
got
snails.
the
You got
Always
the
get
ram's
the
horn snails.
Malaysians.
And then I got all of the moss. I got all of the plants together and organized and packed, and the dry goods and everything. I packed my own clothes this time. Not every show do I pack my own clothes. Pack my own this time. And
You don't tell people that.
and gotta give you credit where credit is due, though. But I gotta take that credit away, though, when I can. And then
I wanna go back to this comment real quick.
hold on, no, I won't lose. I mean,
You
I'll
did
lose track of what I'm saying if I don't say it right now. And then we get all the shrimp and everything in the bin. And that bin's full. And I go get this massive styrofoam, which, by the way, Aquashella used the styrofoam to put all the art supplies in.
Oh,
And I was like, this is my styrofoam. I know it is, because have you ever seen a plug on a styrofoam? Has anybody ever seen a plug on a styrofoam? These plants came in the largest styrofoam I've ever seen, and it had a plug installed on it. I should have kept it and used it as like a filter for the pool outside. Now I'm upset. I'm gonna bring it home when we get to Dallas. I'll pack it up with stuff. And I look at and both tubs are full. Like, we're wedging bags in there. And Shelby looks at me and goes, "Is it enough shrimp now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's definitely enough shrimp now." Well, guess what? It wasn't enough shrimp. It's never enough shrimp unless we're going to San Antonio.
I mean,
then
a
it's
couple
definitely
people
too
didn't
much
get the
shrimp.
shrimp they wanted, but it was a lot better. And if Tim was there, he would agree that it was a lot better than normal shows, because sometimes we sell out on the first day. We didn't sell out of every color on the first day, just the ones I was already low stock on. So regardless, they were lucky I even brought some to even have. But you had to mention something about swords for him to go. So katanas next year. How funny would it be to bring a katana with us? And when someone goes, I'm looking for swords, and you just pull out a katana from under the table and be like, is this what you're looking for?
Oh my
And they go,
God.
no. And you'd be like, oh, okay, you're wanting these. I think that would be hilarious. So I actually almost bought a keychain for Jaden, and it was Zoro's 3 swords as a keychain. So that would have been funny to have
Which
something
3
like that.
swords? Because he rotates through so
I
many
know.
different
That's
swords.
why I didn't look because I didn't want to spend
You know what?
money.
Now I want to see a
I
chart
left.
of all the swords that Zoro has had, so I can pick my favorite ones now.
Yeah.
Dang it!
There's
too
I
many.
like Odin's right
All right,
now.
we can
So.
wrong topic.
We gotta go to. That's a different live stream.
And then we have the Shrimp Cartel.
Oh.
Which have I seen them on here? Have you seen them on there before? I'm trying to see. Is this the same logo that's on my hat? No. Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
That's them?
Yes.
I don't think it's the same.
It looks similar.
It's not.
It's gotta be.
It's very similar, but I don't know if it is.
So thank you guys for all the you do for the shrimp breeding hobby. That comment means a lot, and I really appreciate that. That really does mean a lot.
And I would like a confirmation if this is you or not. If it's not you, I'm sorry to go into the segue, but if it is you, yeah. Well, all right. I'm just going to go into it.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for the hat. This is All Shrimp Shop. I found him on Instagram. He didn't speak very well English. His wife or partner, whoever was there with him, spoke much better English, but they were there from Colombia and gave me the hat. It's a really nice hat, and I'm honored to have taken a photo with you and to talk a little bit about shrimp. And thank you so much for the hat. I'm happy to wear it, and I'll be wearing it every now and then on the live streams.
Did we ever ask the person's name who came and took a picture with us?
No.
At our booth? I didn't get to ask because we were so busy, but it was so funny.
Names, but he's been at a few of the Aquashellas and then Space Coast events.
But it made me so happy, and I was so excited. But like, it was so funny because I was working with a customer, and I just turned around and he's standing in our booth, which is difficult to get in, by the way. So I'm just like, I just turned to him and I was like, was I supposed to get you something? I'm like, I was worried like it was someone I was supposed to help, and I didn't help, and they're just like trying to get my attention.
The problem is I know his name, and then you said it, and now I cannot think of his name for the life of me. I almost said it, and I didn't want to interrupt you, and I'm sorry I lost it again. Yeah.
He just needs some lovin's. My feet are itchy because of it, but he missed us.
Those 2 moments were definitely at the top for Aquashella. But I think the biggest moment and one of my highlights was getting to meet Gnarly Treebeard. Not only did we meet him, we got to aquascape with him in the aquascape contest. Incredible guy. Him and his son were a pleasure to hang out with and be around at the show and aquascape and kind of talk about little scaping methods with his son and whatnot. They did a beautiful tank. I'm not sure if the son helped them scape or just helped them around with things or not. I was so busy with what I was doing, trying to help with Jaden and Layla and the baby. And then we had Shelby scaping right next to me. We had an empty tank from Garcia, which I knew Garcia was on the way. He wasn't able to make it on Friday, but able to make it on Saturday. But I was like, Ryan, what's up with this other empty tank? And he's like, I haven't heard from them. They didn't respond back. And I was like, well, if it comes to a point and you want Layla to scape it, she would love to scape it. And I think like an hour later, he goes, hey, Grant, if you want, Layla can get started on this tank. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And I'm not sure how late in the day it was when she got started, but she was pretty much done with her hardscape, and the hardscape was phenomenal. before anybody else. And then when she got her plants, her tank was filled on Saturday before everyone else as well. So started late, not last because Garcia and Lori didn't start until Saturday, but she was the first one with her tank filled up. Now, all I had to do was glue her wood to the rocks, and I thought to myself 100% that I was at least going to have to help her with a little bit of the planting. And I kid you not, flooded the aquarium. Not a single plant floated up. The next day, had to do a water change. No, you should have turned it all the way down.
Yeah, it's not gonna
Yeah,
work.
send
We'll
it.
share it. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe you can just send all 3 tanks, and I'll talk about all 3 of them.
Okay.
But filled up her tank and did a water change because of how much wood it was again on Sunday morning, and she still none of the plants came up. So she did a phenomenal job, top to bottom. But I wasn't able to witness much of Gnarly Tree's um, tank. But I want to let you know, dude, that book that you gave my son, I wasn't able to like tell him, hey, dude, this is for you. Um, One of my buddies that I was scaping with, one of our subscribers, gave this to you. Like he also gave an art kit to Layla, and I was able to tell her that and whatnot. But Jaden was just reading the book all by himself. Found the book, just started reading it, and I was like, "This is for you, buddy." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's all yours." And it's been in his pocket ever since. So he's made it to the part where they were talking about butterfly sutures, and he's like, "Oh, this would have been nice to have the other day." Because we were questioning whether or not we were doing it right, and Shelby had to look up a video. But he said it was an awesome moment to finally meet y'all, and well, an honor to have scaped with you too. It was an honor, man, to hear your story, and to be a part of that and everything like that. It's a pleasure to be your distraction. And you ever need any help, or if you're able to make it to the Pasco Club, it would be awesome to hang out with you.
Scuba. I feel sorry for anyone who's got to escape against Shelby. I learned that lesson. You're so funny. I have lost so many times that it was just so rewarding to have. Why did I do that
I
again?
don't know.
Sorry.
You keep trying to close it.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. And I hit add to stage.
Yes.
Okay. Stop screen.
There you go.
So I was very, very happy with the win.
This was her first solo win at
Yeah.
Aquascaping. So
It's one thing to help Grant and like we collaborate and do it, but it doesn't feel as rewarding as it does when you do it by yourself.
yeah, I won first by myself a few years ago at Dallas. So it took you long enough. Congratulations. You did not laugh and giggle like that, like I thought you would.
Not funny.
No, this is where you
That
go.
one was irritating.
This is where you go. Yeah, and now I'm better than you. Now you have to catch up to me. You're usually whippy snappy like that, and don't make me look like such a bully. What happened? That was a layup for you, and then you were just like, "Ha! Look at the air ball." You're mean. Last month it was all like, "I'm sorry, everyone, I couldn't find another speaker," and you're like, "Oh, that's hilarious." And now she's like, "No, I'm the better one. You don't get to make jokes like that."
I'm only gonna cry about it later. So we're gonna share Layla's tank first. So this is, let's see if I can pull it up. And I don't know how to do things. Here we go. I put wrong thing. Downloads.
And then I also got to say one last thing before we bring up the tank, and I forget to say thank you. I made a joke during the thing while I was doing water changes that I just can't get away from doing water changes. It's like I'm always doing water changes. And I've flooded at Aquascaping before, but it's almost always at the Aquascape contest trying to like do a water change on my tank, or the first time I'm filling it up, it takes so long that I'm like, oh, I could walk over here and go do this and come back, and then I end up flooding, right? Well, this is the first time I flooded our booth. And not just a little flood either. This was a full-blown panic. What the WTF, Grant? What did you do? And like 5-10 minutes before VIP was about to walk in, and I've got a puddle of water all around my booth. Panicked. I had to get everything picked up off the table, everything picked out underneath the table. I had to unplug electrical, which I forgot to plug in until the end of the day, Sunday. And then I'm glad this did happen on Sunday too, by the way, or else all of Layla's paintings would have been ruined, and she probably would have sold all of them. But I didn't ruin all of them. One of them got wet. It's not ruined. Yeah, I had a massive flood, and the only person. No, I think I had one other person help me, so I'm not going to say, but. The person that helped me the most, I would say, was Gnarly Treebeard. We couldn't find a mop. I couldn't find a shop vac, and then don't have my arsenal of towels that I have at the house. So I was like, I don't know what to do. And one of the other staff members was like, yeah, when they flooded over there, we literally had to sweep up the water. And I was like, well, I know where there's a broom and a dustpan. And that's what I did. And then Gnarly Beard picked up after me after I found that Ryan Wild Fish Tanks had a towel. So I was like, dude, I need this towel. I'm so sorry, but can you save me? So between that and some paper towels, we were able to dry it all up before VIP started. But I could not have done it without Gnarly Treebeard. So, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciated that. All right, Shelby, share the tank. So this is Layla's aquarium that she did for the Aquascape contest, done by an 11-year-old. And yeah.
She was a little upset that I didn't have a background for her. She was like, everyone's got a background on. I need more water too. But it was beautiful without the background. She didn't really need it as much. I know the artist in her probably wanted to paint it like her mom. But yeah, she made me so proud. She did have to come back and forth to us like several times. And she was like, where do I find this? Like, I'm trying to do this, but it was 100% her idea. We didn't tell her how to place the wood. We didn't tell her how to place the rocks. I think Grant mentioned like add a rock here, but like that was just like, that's it. Sorry, my throat is so bad. We were hoping.
Hold on. Before you continue, I think they can hear me. It wasn't that I even said add a rock there. She knew she had to do something with that open space, and she just didn't know what. So she just needed a little encouragement.
Your eyes look so weird through that. Don't do that again. You had no eyebrows, so you looked real weird. Jakey. Thank you so much. She had a blast doing it. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, and like a river style scape. And like, you did not know that this was done by an 11-year-old. And if I told you an 11-year-old did a scape in the contest, it was actually pretty hard to find which one was hers. So I was very impressed by her, and her skills have just improved dramatically. Normally she scapes smaller tanks. That's why I was like, oh, I'm very interested to see what she does with a larger tank, because she's only done really nano tanks. She's never done a bigger one. She's helped us with some of the bigger ones, but have a good night. I hope you get some rest as well. We will definitely be getting some rest. Hopefully, well, maybe not. We have to get ready for Global. She did such a beautiful job. Thank you. Yeah, she was quick with it. I was very impressed of how she did it. Like, the stones were very naturally laid together. There wasn't no awkwardness to it. It has good flow to it. It has a good focal point, but it's hard to see because she didn't have a background. Like that whole center is a whole focal point, and it wasn't centered scape. So very impressed that she could do this. And such a bigger tank. Like smaller tanks, you know, you could put like a couple pieces of wood and some rocks around it and still look decent. So just being able to, and she picked scraps up from everyone else too. She didn't get like the cream of the crop pieces either. So are we sharing yours next?
Yep.
I still got a organic pineapple juice for the throat. That sounds awful.
That sounds like reverse engineering.
Well, I just hate pineapple in general. Pineapple juice, pineapple. The only thing is crazy though. Grant loves pineapple and everything. I hate pineapples, but my favorite taco ever is the al pastor tacos with the grilled pineapples. So I find that so strange. I don't know what it is. Definition of apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Thanks. And then hold on. Any recommendations for a nano filter 3-gallon cube? Do you want a hang on the back or an internal filter? There's a difference. What I would suggest. Or a sponge filter.
Yeah.
But sponge filter is the number one to go for a shrimp tank. If it's not a shrimp tank and you want to hang on the back filter or a filter inside, it might be a different one.
Yeah,
Tiger's got nice ones too.
I can't remember what the pumps are actually called, but I really like the internal filters from Aquascape. Those are the ones that I'm running on the tank that's right here next to me, as well as one of the ones on the counter inside. And it doesn't get clogged nearly as much as the other brand that we use. And then for hang on the backs, Aqua Clears all day, but I think the smallest one is for a 10-gallon tank.
It's too big.
And for anything smaller than that, it just really.
So Cobalt, I don't know if they have their internal that little Cobalt one lasted us forever.
It's the same as the Aqua ones.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, because that one lasted forever and it was nice. And then of course JVJ makes that little Denierly corner filter. Which is good.
This is the one that gets clogged.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to talk about that one.
You have to replace the filter inside. What is the one that's over there on that tank? That thing's been running for like 10 years with that same filter. We've never replaced that filter.
Yeah, but it's not running right now because I have to go clean it. The one with the rock, the rock on top of it.
Rocktopus.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know if it's running or not. I don't know what brand it is either.
That one runs all the time. That's the one we replace all the time. That one's so nice. I'll have to go figure that one out in a second while you talk about your tank. With a weird name.
All right. So I did a honeycomb scape, and can I zoom in on that? No, bad. Give me a second. There we go. That's better. So I did a honeycomb style scape. I've got some slanted going all the way up to the top. I've got some Anubias here. Everything's got baby tears all over it. I got a little bit of Anubias spots, some boost up in the top, and then I got some peaks of honeycomb all the way up to the very top, and lots of caves, lots of shadows. It's kind of hard on, maybe I'll zoom in a little more. It's a little hard to see based off of this photo, but I didn't want a background because a lot of the time I could see in a couple of these holes all the way through. This photo isn't the best for viewing that, since it's like a little bit more of a top-down view from the picture. But if you're sitting more parallel with the scape, you're able to see a bunch of little caves that go all the way through, so you can see the light. And My only real issue with this tank, where I think I could have made it a lot better, was plant selection, but also lighting was big. Shelby's right. I needed two lights for this tank. It would have made it a lot better. But also, not having the plants while I built this one was definitely a crutch, because a lot of those little tiny caverns that I built should have been planted, and then I did my next level of cave work, right? And I couldn't get in those nooks and crannies and make that tiny little plant in the distance like Shelby did in hers.
Do I hint? Do I smell a hint of saltings?
No, but I definitely wanted plants in the beginning if I wanted to execute all the little tiny micro worlds and more lights that I was trying to do with this tank. And I thought I could get my fat hand in there, and I could not.
You could have asked them.
No, we were too busy. Shelby worked on her tank less than I did too, and she still beat me.
Even though he tried to sabotage me. I absolutely love Grant's tank. This photo does not do it justice. It really does have some really cool elements to it. There's like a cave in this left corner. There's also a whole cave on this right side too. And it like everyone that passed it really stopped and was like, wow. Like they were really impressed by it because it is something out of this world. Grant is always popular for doing something out of this world, but it's not going to win the judges. He's always one trying to win the people's heart. He wants the people to love him and push the boundaries of aquascaping. You're always like that.
I always want to win the people's choice. And we had like an unwritten rule that we're not allowed to post online. And the person who won posted online, but without the post, Jimmy Gimbal won that one. So I didn't even win. But I think the problem was instead of getting people to vote for me, I tried to get them to vote for Layla. And I think
we were all voting for Layla.
Too much of a split between everyone who knew us that usually just votes for either me or Shelby was now split between me, Shelby, and Layla.
I thought it was so funny when people would come up and Grant was like trying to say like, oh yeah, because they would say like, oh, your tank's really awesome and talk to him. And he's like, oh yeah, if you vote for mine's tank number 10. And I was standing there, I would just be like, that's a typo on his paper. It's tank number 11 because that's what my number was. And one guy literally looked at me and was like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know.
And did it.
And almost did. No, he didn't. No. He almost did it. And he was like, you almost got me. That's what he said. He was like, oh, almost. It was so funny. It would have been great. I wasn't even in the top of the voting, so that's so funny. It's all about subjective, and that's what I like about Grant's aquascaping. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is definitely pushing the boundaries of aquascaping and giving you a different perspective of what you can do inside of an aquarium and still have fun and be true to yourself. It doesn't need to have all the bells and whistles and be perfect. So Wolf Knight said, I've decided to switch from Caradina to Neocaradina and fish after continuously failing to keep Caradina. Well, hopefully we could talk you back into it, but like Neos and fish are for life. Like they're the best. Like they are easier to do and easier to take care of. And hopefully when you get time, maybe we can help you and get that Caradina situation under control.
I was going to say, never give up entirely though. Maybe try keeping some tiger shrimp in some Neocaradina parameters and then working your way back up from there one day. Chances are you probably still have the RO unit and aqua soil. It's always going to be a little pricey, but I think it's rewarding with the amount of shrimp you get and the types of shrimp you can get and stuff like that. But if you ever want to get back into it, I'm not sure what methods you used exactly, but you can send us a message and we can help you straighten some things out and I get a lot of people all the time that say they weren't able to breed Caradina until they started watching our videos. So that means a lot to us when they're able to turn things around. So maybe we can do the same for you. And then we've got Johnny Best. Bring that up. I wanted to see that down there anymore with a $10 super sticker. Dude, thank you so much. Appreciate the $10. We appreciate the support. Most of all, though, thank you, Johnny Best. You truly are the best.
Appreciate it so much, Johnny. Hope you're doing well. Bugsy said, look it up. It's better than cough medicine. I'll have to look it up for sure. Layla's got the same like raspy throat. I don't know what it is, but like we're not sick. I mean, she has a stomach ache, but I don't know what it's from either. Maybe it is a sickness. Or maybe it is a stomach bug.
I know. I feel like I've been
you get around too many people
for the last 3 weeks.
It's gonna happen. And Dave, I'm definitely not gonna do that. I'm sorry, but I draw the line on that. That one's weird. I can't do that. I don't care if it took care of my sore throat. I'm not doing that.
That's a hard no for me. Also, I don't really do cheese unless it's melty and very very hot.
Yeah. A tea with honey and lemon would actually be good. You know what actually really tastes good when I have a sore throat is green tea. But I like it in the can when it's warm and not like actually warmed up or cold, and it like really helps. And I think it's because the honey in it. I really rarely get really bad sore throats like this. I think it's also vocal strain as well because I haven't been talking as much. Like we took a couple months off from shows, and like I haven't been talking as much, you know. But a lot of people that try Caradina buy RO water. That was a mistake I made when I started. Yeah, especially if you have like softer water too.
And it's not, even if it is a good source of RO water, that person is eventually going to get tired of trying to go and get their water changes, and then chances are the shrimp are going to suffer before the person gives in and gets the RO unit. They'd rather just give up and get out of the hobby. So it's one of those things. I got some things to show you in a little bit too. I've got to do some more video content, and one of the ones I'll be working on here.
You did the video content.
Shelby's got to
I have to put it together, but I did buy a treadmill so I can edit and walk at the same time because I'm out of shape.
But I haven't done my RO water like for dummies video, and I want to get that done. But before I do that, I want Jeremy to come over here and help me do.
Is it going to be a video of you like hitting the thumbnail? Is going to be Grant with a hammer tapping his RO water. She's so funny. That's what the book is. It's like a hammer, is it not? It's like black and yellow.
So it depends on the topic.
That would be funny though, because like you know, you're not using a hammer for RO water.
So Shelby's tank, however, obviously spoiled. No. Already spoiled. Got grand champion. So here's her ribbon.
Oh yeah. Your little stick, you gotta lick it.
But our friend Trucker Tammy makes some of the coolest awards. I should
just wear this around the house for the next week.
And I really wanted her to make the awards for the Guppy contest, but she was so busy making sure that the Aquascape ones came out right because there's so much detail involved with them. So before you show that, let me show off the award. So the Grand Champion Award, which is 3D printed, is incredible, and it goes to Shelby K. Brown.
It was so cool because this is actually Alex Frankie's Aquascape from the last competition. What they do is, what Tammy does is take it. I don't know how she does. She puts it in a program of the Aquascape and then makes these. It's so cool. So third place was my third place from the last competition. This is the grand champion from the last competition. So this is Alex Frankie's Aquascape, and just like the middle of it. It's so cool. It's cool to recognize it like as being part. Like other people probably wouldn't notice that. but we really, really wanted people's choice because it was Grant's Little Peaks in the back. So we were really hoping for that one, but we'll just have to ask Tammy
But you know
for
what?
all of our aquascapes to make us a 3D plaque
think
for it. It
Tammy
was
could
so
make-
cool.
Could reprint one of those
Mhm.
and not put like the people's
That's what I'm
choice
saying.
or
That's what I
whatever,
just said.
and then we could like sell some of them. I think people would like little
Maybe.
aquascapes. Maybe we can make them
Would
to
that be
aquariums, and they can be little backgrounds.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
3D printed background.
Yeah. All
It
right.
just plops in the tank.
I need to remember that when Harley gets back
Yeah.
from Ireland. But
yeah, how dare he go to
I think
Ireland
all the
and have
backgrounds are
fun.
black. But if we could put little
yeah.
3D printed ones in, those would be cool.
That'd be cool. Like magnetized, so they're just like. Whoop.
Yeah.
And you can switch them, and they can be a keychain instead if you wanted to.
One of these 30 people are becoming a millionaire off of stealing this idea. Don't give them any more ideas.
But what was I gonna say?
Your tank. Let's bring up the tank.
Oh.
Show the dank.
Oh, that's what I was doing. I didn't download it yet. That's what I was doing.
Shelby.
My mind, keeps getting lost, so I couldn't find it. So I decided just to do it one at a time. This is actually the worst picture of the tank because it's like before the water change. Grant took this picture.
I didn't take that picture, by the way.
It's on your phone.
Layla
I didn't take
took
any.
them.
Okay, well then, Layla took this before.
I thought you took them. So if I didn't take them, then Layla had to have taken them.
Yeah, I did not take that. I lost the picture. This is what I'm saying. It's taking forever for me to find it. There we go. Oh, I just figured out how to do things. All right, here we go. Now we got it. Sorry. I will get back to the screen. Look, there we go. I stuck with Dragonstone this time, which is funny because usually Grant's the all rockscape. I do like doing all rockscapes, but I don't normally do it in a competition because usually I find a piece of wood that's really beautiful and speaks to me, and I'm like, I have to use this wood. So I typically lean back to doing wood and rock, and especially Dragonstone. But I have been saying to Grant almost every single time I do a scape that I'm mad that I didn't do a rockscape, like an all rockscape by myself, because I do like my rock work. It's one of my favorite styles of aquascaping, especially like watching Fukada, and there's another person named Adam on Instagram, both really good with rocks, and it's just like my favorite thing to see. And so I had to do it. And Dragonstone was one of the things that most people were not grabbing, which I was surprised because the coloration of them were so beautiful with the reds and the yellows and orange in these ones. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do Dragonstone. And Grant did help me out a lot because the cave to the right is actually a path that goes all the way through. I was originally going to block it in because I was worried about if I built it up that all the sand would shift down to the bottom and just make the cave disappear anyways in the little path. And he's like, no, you got to make it work. So him giving that motivation, saying like, make sure that you can see all the way back, really did help.
This is where I'm just so engulfed in the super glue. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was because I always ask Grant's opinion because he's usually very honest with me.
No.
And
I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, you're fine. And I like his opinions, although they might hurt my feelings sometimes. I do truly value them, and even though I beat him, he definitely helps me a lot.
The only thing I remember helping you with was this rock was not here originally. And I said, I think you just need something a little extra to go up to the top. And you picked the perfect rock right here to go on. I would have picked a rock that goes all the way up to the top, and it would probably have been too much.
Yeah, it didn't look, I tried doing that, and it didn't look natural because just the shape of it. I probably would change. There's like 10 to 20 things I would change about this aquascape, and that's crazy to say when I've won. But there is a lot of things that I actually would have changed with this. But I have learned from past contests is the only reason I did good is because of the amount of times I've lost and not even placed. And the if you have followed along with my aquascaping, when Myra was first born, she was only about a month, 2 months old at the aquashella that I did. And I did a big tank by myself, and it was made out of elephant skin stone, which is also pagoda stone from Pisces. Um, Beautiful rock and a lot of characteristics, and I wanted to make mountain scenes. It's a large tank to try to do something like that. It's the one Jimmy did for this contest, same rock, and I made it, and I thought it was so beautiful. And then going back through with very well respected judges, they sat there and took the time and made critiques on it and showed me what I could have done better. So when I went into this contest, I used all of those elements that they had explained and taught me to fix this one. So I'm very happy. I did cry. I'm a little sensitive, but I was very, very happy that I had done something that was truly out of grasp. I felt like I was never gonna win. So it was really nice. I honestly did not think I was going to win this time either. I had picked a couple other people to actually beat me. One of them was third place, Jacob. He's been scaping for a long time with us as well. And his tank was incredible, beautiful, flowing. I thought it was going to outdo mine for sure. I just lucked out with a little bit more elements in mine this time. So I was so thankful that I did. And I'm appreciative of all the judges and everyone that put it together. We're going to move on from that, though. Hey, it said, Grant, your aquascape, you vision it for shrimps, not just for the eyes only. Yeah. Could you imagine? That's actually like, oh, man. He should have called it shrimp colony. Instead of like an ant colony, we should make a shrimp colony tank where it's like the same thing. Yeah. That would be so cool. I'm so going to make that. Please don't steal my idea, people. But I need someone to 3D print me an ant colony thing that I can put in the shrimp colony. That'd be so funny. Looking to set up my first Neo shrimp tank in a 3-gallon cube. Have kept fish for about 7 years. Other than cherry shrimp, are blue bolts the second easiest shrimp? Blue bolts are a Caradina shrimp. So you're probably talking about, there's blue dream and blue diamonds and ocean blues. All the blues of the Neocaradina are the same care. It really is just choosing what color you want. I would say ocean blues, you have less culling, but they're more expensive. Blue diamonds have a lot more fun to them. They're a little too dark. So if you do a lighter substrate, those actually look really pretty. And blue dream are just solid, good shrimp. They never, you're going to have some culls. You're going to have to cull out. You might get some reds in there, which you want to get out right away so you don't start getting some wilds. But you could keep them in and start making some realies. But overall, are you drawing my scape that I just told you that I was going to do for my next one?
No, I didn't listen to that.
You didn't listen to that on the way home?
No. I don't remember. If that's what you did, then I came up with it on my own conclusion. We can talk about it later. I don't even think you know what I drew.
Well, I see what you drew, and I know exactly what you just drew. And if you ask Layla and Jaden, they're going to tell you that's what Mom is talking about. That's exactly what Mom wants to do for the next aquascaping contest. So you better not think that was your original idea. He hears me, and it's like I'm like that worm in his head and gives him like all these really good ideas. And he's like, that worm in my head gave me some good ideas.
Well, the worm in my head that I was thinking about when I drew that was Ryan talking about how all I do is trees in the air, and I need to make some of them fall. So what if I only do fallen trees?
I'm really irritated with you. Let's
What?
not talk about it because it is my next aquascape, and we're gonna argue till I'm blue in the face about this. You're not doing that. And it's what I just said on the way home, and both kids can attest for that. I even pointed at a tree to tell you about it. Oh man.
Was it on 50, like closer to home?
I don't know what road it was on.
Okay.
Sibley Warrior, thank you for joining us. Said plan to get these orange-eyed red neos and probably the orange-eyed shadow pandas. If I get 7 to 15 shrimp original stock, when should I start strict culling? Want to enter contest late 26, early 27.
So if you're looking to be a serious competitor, you start culling right away. You pick your best male or two, and then you leave all your medium females or higher. And then when you start getting babies, you start ripping out the pretty, or I'm sorry, you start ripping out,
so
culling and catching
lightly net your shrimp out.
the ugly ones out of the tank, and that way you keep all of the good genetics strong in that one aquarium. And after each generation, the shrimp will just look better and better and better. But that's different depending on different types of shrimp. For pintos, sometimes I'll wait a little bit larger than 1 centimeter before I start culling. But if we're talking orange-eyed shadow pandas, I start culling as soon as I don't see the orange eyes, as soon as I don't see the right pattern that I want or the right color that I want. If it's not as strong as the top 10%, I get rid of it usually, and don't keep it in my competition tank.
Do people avoid dragonstone because it can make their water cloudy?
You're supposed to read the question I answer.
Go ahead.
This is the dynamic that we have made for ourselves. So the dragonstone that Shelby used in her tank, if you want to bring it up, it was only cloudy at the first little bit because of how fast we set the tank up. But the next day, Shelby's tank was the clearest aquarium and like one of the only tanks that didn't need a water change because there's no wood in the tank whatsoever. So if you just fill up your tank really, really fast in the beginning with the dragonstone, yeah, it's going to be murky water. If you go really slow, it doesn't seem to be an issue. I have heard people in the past complain about dragonstone leaching a little bit of different content into the water. But I think if you take it originally and you blast it with a high flow of water or a light pressure wash, it gets rid of all that gunk and grime, and you don't have to worry about any dust at all. But it's not really needed to make sure you have pristine, nice crystal clear water.
Yeah, I didn't wash a single rock. I actually added in crushed, dusted parts of the stone, like dust and all. Did not care at all. So it is a little messy when you start to fill it up, but as soon as if you fill it up slowly, it's no problem. I actually had an avalanche of clay come out of one of the holes, and I was like in the front of my tank, and I was like, oh, that was the only thing I was like a little upset about, because like I didn't realize how much was in there. So I would like brush that off or something next time because I wasn't paying attention. It was like front and center of the scape. But generally, the only tanks that usually get that cloudy are ones with wood because they've never touched water. It's their first time being in the water, so tannins release. And if you have the spider wood, they're the ones that get milky. And then the like Mopani or the wizard wood get all tannins. So it's good for black water if you were doing that in an aquascape, which has one. A couple has won first place. There's one that has won second place. There's several that have won second place because a lot of the judges are nature styled. They absolutely love those beautiful, more natural look. Now you're just scribbling.
Gotcha.
And so I choose rocks because they are generally going to be a cleaner tank and much nicer. And I don't work for API, but I love AccuClear. That thing is like pristine. That that photo I showed you, add it to stage again. That was as soon as I had filled it up. I had just put in a couple drops of AccuClear, and the next morning, like he said, it was crystal clear. And I do put paper towels in my filter as well, which helps pick up all the small debris. So that's probably why I had a little bit of an edge compared to everyone else, because someone wanted me to take all his paper towel out. But it doesn't get all the like tannins from wood out. So even if I did wood, it wouldn't get crystal clear with the paper towel.
I never think I'm going to do wood. I always go in there thinking I'm going to do rock. And anytime I do wood, I never have purging on me. I need to keep that purging on me.
If you have purging, that sucks up tannins like crazy, and it does really well. So, but no, most people usually use dragons. I've seen dragonstone used a lot. I think it's just so readily used, and easier for people to get in the hobby, that it's now become such a staple in the hobby that people want to grab to something different because they want to be different in the contest. You don't want to look like everyone else's tank. So you'll see people like start with something, realize there's like 3 people around them with the same idea or like same rock, and they'll go throw everything back and grab something different because they want to do something different. I've done it at different contests, and it was the only reason I got like a little bit better because I had a more difficult rock to work with. But there's a lot to be said about that. I could probably talk all night. Thank you so much for your kind words, everyone. Appreciate it.
How's it going, Aqua Balls?
You'll see bunches of videos if you follow us on social media of me bombarding you with that tank, Layla's tank, Grant's tank, and then I did Pet Supplies Plus aquascapes as well. I don't have one of the aquascapes I did that I kind of just copied what Grant's done again and again. His rocks in the air.
Well, this show, of course, also had its ice cream adventures, and
They were terrible.
they're horrible. Starting off strong, all right.
Orlando's the
We
worst.
see a Brewster's, and Brewster's to me is like my second the least favorite ice cream. The only thing I don't like is Hershey's. And on the first night, Shelby goes, "So do you want Brewster's?" And I was like, "No, I don't want Brewster's." You know where she takes me? Hershey's. Hershey's.
Have a good night, Randall.
And so that was bad, of course. And then the next night, we ended up going to like a rolled ice cream place. Not that bad.
We've been there before.
I had cheesecake raspberry rolled ice cream. You can't go wrong there. It's just not that filling. I had a cheesecake on mine too.
If someone wants
I feel
to
like I can eat 5 of the rolled ice cream cups because there's so much air in it.
It doesn't fill you up. If anyone wants to get rich, they need to open a homemade ice cream place in Orlando, and they would absolutely be banking. All of the ice cream places are trash. The rolled ice cream, expensive little ice cream. You got Brewster's, it's all right. It's not that great. It's not really that like to write home about. I like Brewster's, it's not bad. But then you got the other one, which was just all Hershey's. It's very low quality. It's not that great. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not
Steve
good.
has a good one. He said she could have taken you to dinner in PA if you know you know. That was great. That was a solid one, Steve. Bravo. But yeah, no, the rolled ice cream was probably the best that we ended up getting. And, a safe option almost always is Cold Stone, and we had like the worst experience at Cold Stone ever. It was like one of the grossest ones. All the tins were all beat up, and inside was like just not properly cleaned up. They were working on it, but it must have been a long day or something like that because I'd never seen so much cross contamination of ice cream from one pile to another and whatnot. So.
Yeah. The guy knew how to throw ice cream in the air and throw it in my cup, though.
I do have a bruise on my knee.
Do I need to go back about an hour and 15 minutes back into the stream and say that, oh, you have a bruise on your knee?
I didn't hear it.
You apparently just don't hear anything. I'm just that worm inside your brain that you want to rip out.
No. I need you to hear. But yeah, so the ice cream wasn't that good. I'm looking forward to when we go back to Dallas and our Aquashella ice cream adventures are the best ever in Dallas because there's so many of them down this one little strip. We can get like 4 different spots of ice cream, and my buddy Chris.
We must diet until then.
That he's mainly a saltwater guy, but
look, I won't take you. That's what we'll do. We can't go to Milk and Cream unless we both lose 10 pounds each.
Can we base it off of the 230 I weighed last?
No. From now until then, you have, what is it, 2 months?
Let me gain as much water weight as I can.
You have 2 months to lose 10 pounds, which is more than doable.
But, yeah.
Ow!
I'm not agreeing to that. I'm going to Milk and Cream for sure. And then Jenny's across the street, 100%.
I hate Jenny's.
But
just get 2 Milk and Cream for me.
Also, one of the things that I was really looking forward to at Aquashella was meeting the mini biota guy. I feel horrible for calling him that. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, I think you're just so excited.
Yeah, I was so excited to meet him because I've been watching his videos.
No idea who he is.
I've been watching his videos forever.
I probably know.
I got him to come to Aquashella and be a creator. I'm trying to get him to come to. Did you bring these over here?
Just the one.
Just the one? I'm gonna need more stuff. All the stuff on the table is stuff I wanted to show off. But
we got 15 minutes left. 10 minutes.
That's
left.
that's show and tell time. Every kid knows that. Last 15 minutes of show and tell. But the mini biota guy, he does things in a very different way, but he brings a lot of aspects to his setups that I would love to recreate in some of our aquascapes and some of our planted setups, and I want to make my own little section in the garage. Like Shelby has her aquascape.
Stay out of my garage. It's mine.
Studio on that part. I definitely want to start doing a couple different projects in the garage. I've got some things I'm doing on the side of the house, but
garage one more time.
But I
it's
definitely
my dojo.
The right side is yours. The left side is.
Oh, because I'm always right.
No, the right side is mine, actually. The left side is yours.
No.
And
we do it from inside the house.
I have my grinder and all my tools and everything else on that side. And then you have that side. It's already done. I keep my shelving. It's a win-win for everyone. And that's all the space I get. So I have to, reorganize it and condense it. And I need to go to a pawn shop with all of the freaking trailer hitches and everything that I have. So first thing in show and tell, I actually wanted to get it at this show, but I was like, I've got to drive home. I've got to do a bunch of stuff. I don't think it's the best thing for me to get it at that show. Let me get it when we go to Orlando. So this is the coral.
Pull it up, you weirdo.
This is the back. I was looking at it. I'm sorry. The macroalgae that I saw and I showed you guys in the last week. It's got a bunch of orange spots on it. And it's really hard to tell. You can't really see any of the orange spots on it unless it's got good lighting. But my buddy hooked me up I was really happy to get that. That's going in one of the new Opa-Ula tanks.
Ooh,
But I got not just this portion, but another portion as well. And I think the old portion is going to go into the old tank too. So it's Ope-Ula. So if you're gonna do that, do it right. Come on, next thing, Shelby.
I'm not going to get nothing. You
Then
go
you're
get
gonna-
it yourself.
you're
It's
gonna-
your show and tell.
Then you're gonna scoot over, so I don't have to keep walking
Okay.
around the entire time.
Sounds good.
All right. Shake.
Aquaball says I can't wait for Aquashella, California again. I don't want to fly to California, but like I do want to fly to California. Like I wish I could just get there and teleport. That'd be so nice. I can't. We're supposed to go to California for AGA, and Grant's like, since you won the aquascaping contest, do you feel like going now? And I was like, no, but yeah, you know, like I feel a little bit more comfortable going, but and Stephen P, yay, show and tell.
So
Hector said, I love your videos. Thank you for everything you do for us. That was very sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. There was a couple of things that I knew that I would be getting at Aquashella, right? There's a couple of things that I thought I was going to be getting at Aquashella that I thought I knew I was getting at Aquashella, right? And I didn't get those because Lisa from Super Cichlids was in the comment and said that she was coming on our post for Aquashella. So I was like, oh, thank God the axolotls and not the axolotls, the newts and the sirens need some more food. And well, she ended up just going to promote the Dr. Basileers and the Munsters food. So I didn't get any axolotl. Oh, why do I keep saying axolotl food? Any newt food. Or my freeze-dried blackworms like I wanted. But what I did get was more tubing and more adjuster valves. And I really wanted to show these off. I got 20 more T's so I can split more of the line. And then I got 20 of these adjuster valves. Now, I didn't even know these existed. I thought he was going to include more of the original ones I had. But these ones got a stainless steel fitting on them. And I don't know. I kind of like them. I'm definitely not going to be attaching them or using these little wing things at all. But I don't know. They're nice. I like them. So I've got 20 more hookups that I can do for the outdoor tubs. I wanted to get to it this week while it's spring break with Jaden. I don't think I'm going to be able to until after Global. But if I can get these tubs running as soon as possible, that would be the best thing. So I'm probably going to try and run through these aquascapes. But like all of mine are going to look better than Shelby's still. So I got to keep that in mind, right? Can't let everyone at Global and Fluval think she's the better aquascaper. She's going to steal my job there too. So I really got to outperform her on these global aquariums here. What's wrong?
I don't know. I'm burning up and I feel like my face is swelling.
8 more minutes of show and tell here, Shelby.
I did forget that I scratched the dog, so.
But I did get the guy from
That's where
Genco,
my foot's swollen.
and he watched the YouTube video of the pond setup, and he recommended the perfect tub for me to run. And it wasn't that much more, or perfect pumps for me to run, and a couple different options. And I was like, it's not that much more money.
How many are in here?
20 and 20.
So 40. Pick up.
No. But I'm gonna get one that could even add another maybe 20 or more after this, maybe. So he explained to me the amount of electricity that you would spend if you bought one of the bigger pumps and didn't use the outlets over a year would pay for another pump. So I definitely got to make sure that I'm going to use 20 to 40 outlets before I buy the pump that I want to buy, or 60 outlets in the future, but not just the future. It has to be the near future. So definitely something to think about when you're buying like a larger Alita or an air pump for when you're doing your room. And that is also why instead of maybe Alita, you go with Genco, because they will tell you the amount of money, the amount of watts and hertz and everything, and do that work for you. So in the future, I think instead of Alita pumps inside too, I'm going to go with Gemco just because of the customer service. Might have taken him a week to get back to me, but he had
At
a
least
pretty
got
good
back
excuse.
to us.
And when he got back to me, he gave me more information than what I had even asked for. Like he was already ready for a follow-up question by asking for the exact setup. By which having a YouTube video was probably the best thing I could have done for myself. So really, yeah, I think it is. Damn it. I don't have anything ready for my video tomorrow. I'm going to have to cut this short. I got to get to bed. Hold on. Show and tell's not over, though.
Teleportations for another hundreds of years. You know what? Futurama lied to me. Like, I thought that was going to be our future. We were going to be able to go through those little tubes and just... You don't even need a car anymore. You just go through the tubes.
So, our turtles have outgrown our turtle dock. And our favorite thing to use for turtle docks, I don't like using plastics and whatnot out in our ponds at all. The sponge filters are about as plasticky as I get. So I've been looking for the right pieces of wood, and I've been trying to buy these for a while. But my problem is at the end of Aquashella, I am so dang busy that I never get to them by the time they've loaded this up on their truck. Well, I had to go get wood just for Fluval's Aquascapes at Global. Shelby hates when I do this, but I'm purposely trying to make myself look like I'm so short.
Oh.
But I had to go pick out wood for Fluval, and when I was there, I was like, oh, I need these too. So I didn't just get one massive corkboard, but I got two massive corkboard. I'm so sorry, Shelby. I was doing so good until that last second. My bad. My bad.
On purpose. There's no
If
way.
I wasn't so short, I had it so high.
Stop.
But I'm hoping that
Why are you doing this?
this
Can
will
you
make the
just
greatest
sit up?
turtle dock ever. And if one of them isn't enough to float a couple of turtles
There's
on,
moss on it already.
I know. I hope it becomes aquatic too and grows off of it. But I'm also going to I think make plugs
so
of
much
different plants
moss.
and try to get a nubius.
Can this fit
to
in
grow.
my tank? Can you go see if that fits in my tank?
If it fits in your tank, I'm not using it for your tank. It's a turtle.
I know, but I just want to know.
Is that snake skin? It looks like there's shed.
Yeah, that's shed.
Yeah. So
As natural as
I
it
might
could
have
be.
to layer them up and stack them on top of each other, or I don't know.
Well, they're fine.
I would like to see multiple turtles docking together though. That's one of my
They
favorite
will.
things to see in nature. And every time the male would
Wow.
Cork. Climb on top of the male or the female when she was on the cork would just get too much weight on the cork, and it would lopside and the turtles would fall off. So I'm hoping multiple turtles will be able to go on one of these, because that's one of my favorite things to see.
We're gonna have to
I'm
see
just
it in the morning.
basking with a leg just chilling out like this.
I love when they did. It's like the sexy pose, a little leg out,
But that's it for show and tell, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't get anything else. I walked around the show for a bit with Myra, and there's just nothing that jumped out at me that I had to bring home and whatnot. And I'm pretty zonked out. I helped them tear down and load up the truck, so everything was a little bit easier for Guppy John and the rest of the Aquashella team.
Aquasa just got the biggest Gemco pump I can afford. It's running super quiet.
Yeah,
That's good to know. That's the reason we got the Alitas, because they were super quiet. And they just look they look really nice. The Gemcos just look a little different. They're like the square boxes.
That's not why we got the Alita. We got the Alita because every single person in the shrimp hobby that was breeding on an exclusive level, that was a nice rack, almost everybody that looked like they were doing well had the Alita pumps. It was the Lamborghini of air pumps. And I think that's just because what all the Asian breeders use overseas also as like the high end pump. But here in America, we have Gemco, and
Stop.
I don't know. I'm definitely getting
Moss.
Gemco pumps moving on in the future because of the. It's growing really nice, isn't it?
Well, it's weird that like it's growing down, and then there's just like a few stragglers that are like, I want to be free.
Yeah, it finally got light.
Yeah,
They've been turned off for 5 days.
that's what I feel like it is. It's like they're like, wait, where's the light at?
But overall, an incredible week. If we could do the last 2 weeks for 2 weeks out of every month of the year, I think we would be so well off. It would be incredible. So we got to keep up the momentum. St. Patty's Day, if it is tomorrow, follow our social media platforms. I will be having a video going out tomorrow with a St. Patty's Day sale. So we gotta get that rolling. Any last minute questions or anything like that?
How many tanks can you put on that Alita?
So we have the Alita 100 running 100 aquariums, and it probably can pump up more, but I have not properly run like the closed loop system to be the most effective. Like it could have been larger in diameter. I could have done more cross sections. There's a couple of things that I've learned after the fact that I made that wall that
that we can take down to replace.
Yeah,
like we could, but it would take for you. Could you imagine? I don't even want to think about it. I can't think about it. It would be the last rack we'd do.
And I also want to come up with a method to, like, when your tire has a leak in the tire, you can take a little bit of dish soap and water, and it'll show you where the leak is in your tire. I don't want to corrode any of the stainless steel or anything like that. Maybe Dawn soap would be all right, but we're not going to wash it off. It's going to stay there once we figure it out. But see how much air is actually leaking out of each one of the adjuster valves and stuff like that, because I'm sure we're losing some pressure throughout the system. And where? I don't know. I don't hear any leaks. So, but I'm sure there is some.
Cosman says, what's the minimum temperature you'd keep crystals and still get some breeding from them?
65. Anything lower than 65, you can still get some breeding, but the eggs might take really long to hatch, and the period between growth and stuff like that is going to be a lot slower. So
that's actually that actually brings up someone has an axolotl tank with a chiller at the show and was trying to figure out plants, and I was like real confused because I've never had something so cold that it's like so hard to think of which plants.
They came back and asked me too.
Well, yeah, I told them that you might have better options for them, because I was saying that like the hardier plants would be the ones I would try, but the hardier plants are usually tropical.
All I recommended was the Anubias and the Java ferns, because they're
Java
super
ferns
hardy,
and swords.
And
but swords usually like warmer water.
We have them outside in Florida, and they survive all year.
Yeah,
round.
You're right. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
That's it.
Literally have them in our backyard.
That is all.
But all right, thank you guys so much.
The moss one.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Well, those an axolotl. They're not the brightest. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the support. It was so wonderful to see a lot of you in person.
Thank you for everyone that came out and showed your support.
This weekend.
Thank you, everyone who entered and participated in the shrimp contest.
It does mean a lot to us. It keeps us going.
Please enter in the future one. We don't need the shrimp contest to continue, but the hobby does. So I would really like to continue it, and participation is key. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. We'll be way more rested, and I'll have a decent topic, I hope.
We won't be here for next week.
You'll be here. I won't be here. Shelby will be doing the live stream next week. You got in for a treat. Woo!
We'll see what it's about. Thanks, guys.